Slippery sow, they called her, on account of her.
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid.
Apparently he has a dream job as well.
You search Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
I advise you to not piss me off. Pay him. No, Jedi mind trick for the win.
What did you find on him?
As you wish. Triflings, baubles, glass-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin.
Ugh.
Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop him in the face.
Oi, fucking hell, what was that for?
Being an ass. You withheld information from the right people. Alright, so I believe then have look where the wood carver died. Should be around the haunted house.
Interesting.
What's interesting? Oh. This is another ambient quest. They were a little unusual. And I mean, they're not the normal shady individuals either.
What? Looking for a rise?
Wait,
Awful pale. Oh, you scared?
no, I thought this might have been a Blue Stripes member. You look more Skellig than anything else. Oh. This.
Looks like a drop of some sort.
Note left by spy. Negotiations with the Trade Corporation continue. The merchants have agreed to almost all the Emperor's conditions. Outlook positive. Rumors has abound that Radovid has found a way to get his hands on Novigrad. The key to Novigrad is the Eternal Fire. Control the Hierarch, control the city. Plan is in the works. Next message, the stash at Crippled Kate's. Where is Crippled Kate's? Crippled Kate's is way over there. It's probably... Wow, that definitely sounds like a house of ill repute. I love ambient quests. I didn't even know that one existed. Walk down a back alley and you find an interesting little quest. The only reason I noticed it was because Geralt said something. Right. So, the woodcarver should have died here. Or in the alleyway beside this. I believe there is an entrance here. There is.
Anyone home?
Begone, or I'll sick me hounds on ye. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on in. Slowly now, lest they bite you.
So you are?
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
It's just going to be single Meyer now.
What'll it be now? Just Meyer?
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Did your brother have any enemies?
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
Nay. 'Twas Fabian who threatened this one last. Oh, you were a good dwarf, a craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag," and other obscenities. Don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her.
Know where I can find her? This dish rag?
City cemetery. She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. Her pont said a fever took her.
Alright, that's a dead end.
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
'Twas like this. Had some work in Oxenfurt, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss him burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleeding orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. What do they care about some dwarf?
Fine. We've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
I'm just gonna take a ugh.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
Ah. More and more.
Murderer dragged something heavy. Dragged something across the floor. Statues. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
More and more I believe this is
Blood
motivated
That's
by
where Fabian lay when they found him.
religion. More and more religion based. Let's see, what's this? Concerned Citizen Sermon. Concerned Citizen Sermon. Remember, good people, that fire can be both a blessing and a curse. Fire can warm with its flame. Fire can prepare our nourishment. Fire can drive off the horrors of the dark. Yet fire can also scorch, burn, and incinerate. That is why we must live in harmony with the eternal fire and its commandments. Whoever fails to heed its lessons, whoever lives in ignorance of it, whoever mocks it, the same shall lose his life in its flames. Take my counsel to heart, good people, or you will reap the consequences of your deeds. Yep. Religious fanaticism.
Aye.
No, I don't. Looked at your sculptures.
Had a look at your sculptures.
And? Lifelike, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. The women especially. Never seen a bust that size on Melitele.
Oh, aye. Fabian's handiwork. I told him, brother, tits like that would crush her back. Whittle him down. He said, nay, they'd sell better this way. Told me to shut me trap. And sell they did. Till one sermon at the temple, and the celebrating reverend said that whoso buys idols from the non-human Myers sins twofold, as a heretic and as a lecher. That was the end of that.
Yeah.
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
That door looks open already. Ah. Sometimes you just run into a glitch or two. Apparently that was closed.
More bloodstains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood, left a few stains behind.
What's this?
Eyes, humanoid, completely rotten.
Oh, they left his eyes here? That's nasty, man. That's just, ugh.
Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked.
What about you?
Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it. Nothing here.
Aye.
Got anything else?
Already know what happened. Fabian was in the workshop. Murderer attacked him there. They struggled. Fabian was overpowered, then tortured. For a time.
I needn't know the details. Truth be told, I hadn't the stomach for him.
When it was over, the murderer dragged Fabian to the courtyard.
Really?
And made a pyre of sculptures, set them aflame.
But why? Why do all that?
To teach a lesson. To him, you, the whole city.
Yep. Religious fanaticism.
Fine, we've talked enough. Won't learn anything else here. Take care.
And there's nothing left to loot. Yeah, religious fanaticism is very nasty way to get involved in very nasty things. So I'll go to the alley a little bit later. There is a, well, I'm pretty sure it's a whorehouse that I'm probably going to go visit. Not for the whores, but for the spies. Places of ill repute are definitely favorite haunts of spies and spy masters alike. Places that are useful for secrets and the like. Here is this. Ill-fated love, magic, broken vows, dopplers, a changeling. Oh! Ha! I didn't know that there was advertisement here. Oh, look. So this is by this place? This has definitely got red lights on it. Oh, crippled Kate's.
You mean me to grab another lass to join us?
No, I was thinking it'd be us two.
I need a rest. Right. But what with the state you two are in, you've got to fluff each other first.
Yeah, whorehouse. So, this is crippled Kate's. This is the entire building. But it looks like I found it already. No, not that. Whoop. And it teleported me. That. Artifact chest key. Trade Corporation is haggling about the price of its support for the Emperor. The merchants want more influence in the east and south. Unsure how that will end. We know Hammerpart's weakness. You get our girl into the Vagabud's bash. I'll put the kit and coin in the stash in the Gildorf sewers. Get our girl into the... Is he... enjoy... women? Take the loot from the spy's chest. Well, I'm about to wreck someone's day. Carefully laid plan. Trying to get the Emperor's support over the trade corporations. I believe Philippa, oh no, not Philippa, Priscilla was by the temple gates. Not the temple gates, the, this gate. And it was out here-ish, I think. Or here. Definitely going to take a look.
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim.
Oh.
Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Alright.
Ah, awful pale. Oh,
Hey, handsome.
Whistling Wendy. Wait. Wasn't Whistling Wendy in the second one? She was part of the conspiracy. Oh.
Gotta get around him.
Oh, this was a setup by a whore. Ow. Ow. Just want to get a few less numbers on their side. Alright. We could just get a few less.
Fucking come on.
Right. And a few more.
Think you'll get me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
She wasn't the only victim.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Of course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
Regular... what is it? Jack the Ripper? Scenario, essentially?
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give her pouring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see? Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
Alright, you don't really have any useful information.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
Oh, my head's ringing.
Oh, deserve it, you dum-dums. Start attacking someone. That gate's open now. This is for Melda. It's a brazier.
A brazier. This time of year? A brazier.
No.
This time of year? I know that smell.
Formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde.
So I'm assuming the brazier was set up to be for the burning.
Man's footprint. The murderer's maybe. Weighed on his heel. Took a step back. Human. Priscilla's. Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way.
I think she fought back. There's another... Dispels every darkness, reveals every eye, exposes every unworthy and debauched soul. Not even shape-shifting dopplers can hide from its light. Not even witches and sorceresses so adept at fooling the common folk. Not the loose women who walk the streets and fog men's mind with their charms. Abandoned them, the treacherous and immoral magic arcane. Cover your bodies in modesty and provoke no unclean thoughts. The eternal fire will expose for you all monsters and sinners, or else burn you into its flames. Yeah, more crazies.
Trail ends here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
We are not dealing with a normal human.
What do you want?
Oh. The only monster essentially capable of thought is a vampire, or it's a high vampire. It's essentially the classical vampire, a sapient vampire that is not a monster, but a creature of incredible intellect that can form its own thoughts and opinions, just like any other person. But Eternal Fire's odd take up being a devoted religious individual is an interesting pastime for one that lives forever and it's incredibly hard to kill. Yeah, I really wish that wasn't bugged, but what can you do? I'm gonna go first. Take care of this little ambient quest that I found. Then we shall find...
What's he doing here?
Yeah. Oh. Interesting thing that all... Oh. Is that just over there? It was over here. Concerned that a fire once lit cannot be stopped, that it consumes everything in its path and only ceases to rage once all has been turned to ash. Men cannot flee this element, and if they bow before it, if they let it into their hearts, they too turn to ash. Search then your consciousness and live in accordance with the church's dictates before the time for penance is past. I have a feeling we're just going to find a whole bunch of these crazy sermons. Alright. So... What? Am I Jesus? This looks like a gigantic well. And I'm just standing on it. So I'm supposed to go take the loot from the spy's chest. Garrett looked in the box and found a note. I think this was in the sewers. So I might have to go below. But the only entrance to the sewers is in the bits.
What's he doing here?
Which means I have to go back down. Down into the bits and then find an actual entrance to the sewers. Probably not the one I've been using for this one. I need to go into this entrance into the sewers. It looks like I can't go into all of the sections from different places. But I might be able to get into the location I need to get into. Yes, I believe it is right over here. There's a ladder there, though.
Great. The exchange is gonna be unsuccessful.
Oh, this is where the chest is. And one more. There we are. Oh. Didn't notice that there's a whole bunch of dead people here too. Some crowns, a runestone, sword, trousers, and a note. Trade Corporation has broken up negotiations. Inform the Emperor immediately. He cannot count on its support. Operation Hammerfart remains unchanged. All good to go on our side. Your girl better not let us down. Give the merchants treachery. The outcome of the war might depend on it. Alright. Oh. That's apparently the end of that quest. Interesting. wonder if I can actually get out here. Nope. Oh well. So apparently they're still trying to get in the good graces of Church of the Eternal Fire, but the merchants fell through. Let's see here. Gildorf sword, it's garbage. I also got cavalry trousers, which are also not the greatest. I believe this is my actual... Yes, it is a piece of heavy armor. Ah, that is another compelling reason to go to Skellig is to start the Ursine quest line. For the treasure hunt. For Ursine's gear. For the School of the Bear. Get the heavy armor for that. Nope. With Priscilla.
Geralt?
Oh, or do I need to go into... I need to go to the coroner. That's where I need to go. Not the hospital, I need to go to the coroner. They're still wailing on each other. I believe the coroner was... here. I'll just follow this road and should eventually get there. Wonder for how many days they can just keep wailing on each other for. Let's see here. I believe it was on the outside as well. Where was the coroners? Where am I? Is it up here? Yes, this is the coroners.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
Said the door was open and blah blah blah. Because there was another victim. Just need to find you. Ah, that was the witch hunter. There he is.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter, and I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
Interesting. So who's the victim?
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
Catafalque.
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad.
You and Nathaniel don't get along.
Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone, because I had forgotten to lock the storeroom.
Brutal.
Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
Just a bit.
By the way, you and von Gratz don't exactly get along. Why is that?
I had him sent to prison. You see, Joachim led the student protests in 1242, a senseless and brutal revolt. People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision.
Yeah.
Joachim had been my favorite student, but alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
Brilliant. Look a little young to be his teacher. Shows the lesser evil, not easy. You look a little young.
How old's von Gratz? 50? 60?
53, I believe. Why do you ask?